Hello, and welcome to the second installment of Javelina News.
Where we bring to you information that you've been craving for.
My name is Sergio Bendaño,
And I'm Sheila Martinez.
and we will be your hosts for this week's newscast. Now, this week you have various stories to tell you, so let's start right away. Now, here in Southwest, our students have various career options to follow, but one of them is a distinguished law enforcement field. But is it really as we think it is, or does it go deeper? Let's see what our reporter Unseen had to say.
PSJ Southwest offers many career pathways, one of them being law enforcement. Law enforcement is definitely one of the most interesting pathways, from books to handcuffs and even patting a suspect. Law enforcement at PSJ Southwest Early College High School offers a range of certificates. Nidia Gonzalez, law enforcement instructor, explained to us about them.
The certificates that we offer the 911 practicum, which is the dispatching certificate. We offer the security guard level 2 certificate. Those are the two certificates right now that we're offering. We are trying to get the loss prevention certificate and a court systems.
Students join for many reasons. George Corona tells us what inspired him into this pathway.
My dad's a police officer, and because I see him every day, it makes me want to do that. He encouraged me to be, well, that's what I want to be.
In Southwest, we have teachers with experience in the field and are helping train our students.
My teacher, Ms. Gonzalez, she was an ex-Border Patrol agent, so she knows about the law enforcement.
Now what I do is what I learned in the field, I bring it into the classroom, and I really enjoy teaching my students, all my law classes and the students that I have.
Students face many challenges, one of them being
Discipline. The students need to understand that in the classroom, we teach one way, and of course we have, the teacher discipline that we have with the students. But once they go to the field, the academies, whether it's state or federal agencies, the discipline is pretty harsh.
getting prepared to protect our community. Rest assured that PSJ Southwest Early College High School is training the officers of the future. From PSJ Javelina News, Paula Gomez.
In fact, I feel more safer with them around.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Now let's move on to a more serious topic, and that is depression. This condition has affected many people, more than you can imagine. In fact, it can be one of your loved ones.
In some instances, we may feel alone, not just externally, but internally as well. The feeling of loneliness is called depression, and cases of depression are closer than you think.
During the whole school year, I would say anywhere between 30 to 40% of students suffer depression, and it can be because of various reasons. It could be pressure of academics, it could be issues at home.
Depression may sometimes act as baggage. The students carry it around all day and even when they go home.
The difference between sadness and depression is sadness is temporary, where depression can be prolonged. It can take many days, months, even years to get over depression. Sadness usually takes a shorter time period, maybe a couple days, maybe a week or two.
According to helpguide.org, it states that the loss of energy and reckless behavior are symptoms of depression.
Depression can be characterized in different ways. There's different types of symptoms that can characterize depression. The fact of the feeling of loneliness, being outcasted, being excluded from groups, from other people.
How is it possible to help someone who simply wants to be alone?
Ways that students can recover from depression is seeking help with the counselors, talking to counselors, and like I said, because depression is prolonged, they don't get out of depression overnight. It takes time.
Thankfully, there are many ways to approach how to receive help for depression.
Again, we have our counseling staff who will sit down with our students and talk to them, encourage them, making the students feel positive about their own selves. A lot of times when students come in feeling depressed, they have a low self-esteem about themselves, which is another symptom of depression.
Depression is something that can affect all of us. That is why it is great to know all the signs and the side effects of depression. Just remember, at the end of the day, that you are not alone. For Javelina News, Natalie DeGracia.
As you have seen, depression is a very serious matter.
So if you know someone who's going through certain situations, please try to help.
On a lighter note, now let's take a look at the football highlights from Southwest's game against La Grulla.
Hold your breath and count to 10. Just count to 10. Cut the cord!
Remember guys, always support your team. Go Hogs!
Now following up in last newscast, we have actual footage from the theatrical show Bob, produced by Maria Arellano. Being a director is not an easy task, especially being a student, but somehow Maria Arellano, senior here in Southwest, pulled it off. Maria brought together a cast and crew to make her show happen. Luis Alvarez, who plays the leading role, Bob, and the rest of the spontaneous cast puts in the time and effort to make Maria's vision come true. Maria envisioned for greatness, but there has been complications on the way, for they had to recast to keep the show going, but nothing she couldn't overcome. It was a really good show. I'm proud of Maria.
You know what? I'm proud of her too. There are many other great people to be proud of in Southwest, like the Game Design Club. They're the perfect example of a learning community. Southwest Early College High School has a huge assortment of clubs, one of them being the Game Design Club. Now, we all know about the visual side of gaming, but what else does it involve?
A lot of determination. It also involves the time scheduling. It also involves skill and pretty much being able to study what you need to do.
As heard, game designing involves many aspects, but one of the hardest is scripting.
How hard is doing all the scripting and that? Pretty much you have to study and trial and error to be able to make the program work.
Even without all these obstacles, there's still one more problem our team has run into, and that is working hard without the help of a superior.
It's kind of off-putting since we can't have someone to look for answers to. So we always just have to look for the answers by our own, and it's mostly like a trial and error type of thing.
There are many roadblocks for our team. They are hard at work.
We're working at a game called The Roaring Age, which will be to make it to the competition for TSA.
Our Southwest game design team has many obstacles, but they keep on pushing on towards the horizon into success. For Javelina News, Sergio Vendani.
Game design requires a lot of skills from programming, mathematics, and the art side of people.
Game on, guys, game on. Well, guys, that was it for this week's newscast. Thank you for being here with us, and as always, see you next time.